Hey guys, how are you all doing? Hope you're having a great Tuesday so far. Welcome back to Sail with Miciously Me, where you get the gist. As it I do waiting, as it hurt. Of course, you know there's no sleeping on the bicycle on this channel. If soon as you do, well, you lose. Are you here to subscribe to this channel? Or are you sitting on a fat long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking pot? Like, how do you want to get the gist as it hot? So guys, the housemates in their diary session right now. Okay, we've had Sheyi, Pere, and Angel. So I just want to discuss about their diary session because of one or two's actually, because of the nomination and the reason why they did it. But the way I'm seeing it, you see this week in Biggie's house, there's gonna be a lot of chaos because the way these housemates are even saying it themselves. They foresee the chaos coming, not to talk of us viewers that are seeing it from afar. So guys, you people should get ready. It might be coming from your favor or somebody that is not your favor. Just not anybody that chaos will be coming from. I'll be bringing it directly as it hurts. Because what Pere just said in his diary session. Anyways, we'll get there. All right, Sheyi, meanwhile Sheyi, you know, if in the house, if there's one person Sheyi is close to, it's Venita, right? But I do not know what happened between the two of them. I don't know their problem. There's something I have noticed ever since Venita started having a thing with Adekunle. I don't know why some of her friends see it as a, I don't know. It may seem as though some of her friends do not like that ship. I don't know if I'm the one seeing it that way, because ever since Venita is with Adekunle, it's just they get come out like this. Everybody is like looking like she doesn't know what she's doing. I don't know if it's a bad thing to have a man you like in the house, or is it because the person is Adekunle? I'm still trying to picture that in my head, because it may seem as though they are going through one or twos. You know, I mean Sheyi and then Venita. But last, then go day all right, you know, because he actually said something about Adekunle in the diary room by saying that Adekunle might even be treating some ball in a way to Venita. He never can tell, you know. So yeah, and he also asked Biggie about his behavior so far. Is there any way he has improved? And about that thing he said the last time, that in as much as he's trying to forgive himself, that it is still not easy for him to just, you know, move past it that way. He asked Biggie if is there any improve in his ways, blah, blah, blah. And Biggie told him that he should be this himself to make his self-evaluation and know what's up with what he is doing. And he gave an example about the HOH, that when they brought supply yesterday, that he asked the HOH about a bowl of alcohol or something like that. But the way the HOH responded, he noticed that there was kind of slight insults right there. And he just choose to stay back and just, you know, avoid anything that will bring that, you know, meaning that at least he is working on himself. But is Sheyi really working on himself? Now him Sabion. Anyways, talking about his nominations, he said he nominated Pere. You know, when he nominated Pere, I was quite surprised, because at least Pere now a right man guy now. The people, they discuss how they would, you know, work on the housemates and all of that, you know. But last, he nominated Pere, and he said the reason why he nominated Pere is because he want to see Pere's attitude, that he will not know if Pere is pretending with the way he is acting right now, or if this is really Pere, you know, because he want to see Pere come out, feel the tense of, you know, being nominated. I'm like, oh really? I thought that is your friend. Anyways, though I know they are not friends, but at least that is your, how would I call it, clickmate. So anyways, he gave his reason, and obviously Angel, the reason why he nominated Angel, of course I was expecting that, because ever since Sheyi got in that house, he's not even happy with Angel, Ilebaye, Doyin, these three ladies. He feels they ooze disrespectfulness and all of that, so he just don't like them for a reason. If you've been following the show, you will know I am not capping, you know. And also he said, I think he nominated Prince from the guest housemate. I think maybe because he said he's not close to Prince or something like that, you know, and that's just it. So, and he said the reason why he nominated Angel was because Angel always disrespect him, and ever since that he has always been on his lane to avoid any insult that will be coming from Angel. And I thought as much. Anyways, moving forward to Pere diary session. But before we move on with Pere's diary session, Sheyi said something. He said Doyin, the head of house, looks like, because he asked about their wages and everything, was that the head of house looked like somebody who just wanted only the immunity but is not ready to carry out the work. I'm like, oh, so somebody observed this thing Doyin is doing. Like, you understand, she's not just all out, you know, she just labor. But if she add up that, she would come out well with handling the house, because she can do it, you get. But for now, she's not really that serious with her roles as a head of house. And he also said something about Cece, that Cece dish up what she cannot receive. And I keep saying that also about Sissy. That Sissy always dish up what she cannot even receive. She would want to give out the things she cannot take in. She disrespect, she's rude, and yet she's not able to receive them back. You understand? So she spoke of those two persons also in her diary session. So back to Pere. Pere in his diary session, the general one, in his diary session said about, first off, he was saying is like this week is gonna be a Basbo's week. That he's sensing chaos. That's why I say, you see, this week we are ready for it. Like already Pere had said it. I discussed with you guys in one of my video on how he is not happy that Alex was saying that his apologies were quite fake. But now the real question is, was Pere really remorseful about what he apologized? Because with what he said in the diary room, it was obvious that Alex was right last that those apologies were not real. Why did I say so? He was like, that in as much as he tried to, address, he was not making it look like an apology, like address where people who express how they feel about how he acted in a certain way, in as much as he know his stance. He keep repeating that he know his stance, meaning that he was necessarily not at fault. He was necessarily not at fault, that whatever happened, that he was necessarily not at fault. So that because of he did that, and then somebody now comes to start saying that his apologies were not real and all of that, that is something he cannot take. So that the person that he will be coming for, Alex this week, that he's not going to even check any other thing, because Alex have been looking for a way to poke him and the others. So I'm beginning to ask him about his situation with Cross, as in what's up. He was like, with Cross, that if you want to go back again, trace back memory lane about what happened on how Cross was not pleased with him, that he is thinking that Cross would have at least approach him, even if that way back with what they have outside and coming back now inside the house, that Cross would have approached him, have a conversation with him when he heard whatever people said about him, and not carrying it like taking it so personal. But any which ways, that he said communication friendship is a two-way street anyways, that is not going to be one-sided, but henceforth that they are cool, right? They are cool on their own terms, but he hope that the friendship is not just one-sided. You understand? So to him, with the way he sounded, it feels like Cross is not investing a lot in that friendship. And of course, if you can be sincere, you would know that Pere carried the friendship for head like Gala past Cross. You understand? So I do not know, right? So he was like, for now, he's just watching it, just waiting. But you see this week that it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Oh, even Biggie was like, what is your plan? He was like, Biggie, a lot. He was later like, there is no plan, but that he wants to make it up to himself, that the two housemates who is in charge of the kitchen, that he wants to make it that any of the housemates that not wash their dishes, that he's gonna take his sole responsibility to drop their plates on their bed. Oh, I now remember earlier on, Sissy was even saying that anybody were to drop plates on my bed. You understand? At the same time, she also said that it is wrong for people to actually, not wash their plate, but at least nobody should take somebody's place and drop on her bed. So with the way I'm seeing this thing, this plate thing is gonna cause problem. I remember in Level Up season, was it Elo Swag and Dotun? I think Dotun did it to Elo Swag, and it just on the day of their eviction day, that day Elo Swag them left, that they went to the other room. They had some clash about that. And so Pere said he's gonna be doing that thing this week, and Biggie was like, that was the plan, that he's seen some mischief in Pere's eyes. Pere was like, no, Biggie, not necessarily that, but this week he go be what he's supposed to be, and Biggie asked him about the head of house, Doyin. He was like, that Doyin, in fact, he does not know the word to use for Doyin, that actually she's resilient, but Doyin is really playing this game because that he talked her way through Cross head for Cross to forfeit that game. But the question is, do you think it was because of what Doyin was saying to Cross, that was why Cross forfeits the game? Me, I do not think so. Doyin beats Cross hands down on that game. Despite she tried to be manipulative, but she beats Cross hands down on that game. So, and then Pere was asked about his nominations, and he said he nominated Venita, because not for any reason, but because of Venita is actually a smart lady. Like she's very smart and quite competitive, that there is no personal feelings, that he did not want to do his nomination based on emotional feelings, that if not he actually forget the second person, which is Sheyi, and Biggie actually reminded him. He was like, oh, you see that he forgot even Sheyi, because he was not supposed to put Sheyi, as Biggie hurried them on the nomination, that if not, Biggie now said, okay, if not, who would you have put up even? He was like, maybe if Doyin was not the head of house, I would have put her rather. I'm like, okay, I said it already to you guys that if Doyin was not the head of house, she would have been up for nomination. So he was like Doyin and maybe Lebaye, and even Mercy. That in fact that he would have even put Mercy up for this game. You understand that he did not really actually do his voting, his this thing thinking well by putting Sheyi, because him and Sheyi, they are very cool on the same level and everything, but he thinks maybe next week you guys should be expecting between Mercy, Ilebaye and Doyin. What me I know for sure is Doyin would be up next week. That one is for sure. Very sure of that one. So Pere said that this week he is in for anything. Now, three housemates don't give us that thing. Since he said she's in for anything this week, Pere has said the same. And now it is Ike too also said the same thing this week. Ike is ever ready for anything that goes, okay? So we too, we are ready for them. We'll go see waiting they sub for house now. Angel in her diary session, drama queen, started with a story of her bed, on how she has died 3 times before. That the first time her bed died, that was the first time she was just being, melody, this is her drama and everything. And Biggie was following her. If there's one thing Biggie is good at, is just follow these housemates just as they are. And Angel is one housemate whom Biggie has been always calm with, that would, want to say everything in her heart, yeah. And even Biggie reminded her of the name of her bed, Joy. She was so happy, So regarding the thinking in the house about the head of house, their wager, Angel said she feels Doyin has this nonchalant attitude. She's quite laid back, and then the housemaid do not take her serious. Not even once. That is why, at least it just happened for the very first time, the HOH called the housemates out to the lounge, and none of them really cared. Few people came, and some people choose to be inside the room because of the feel that, oh, this is the person we can do anyhow, because they are not scared of her. So Angel was like, you see, in this house, you need to be scared of a person, because if they are not scared of you, they would not accord you the respect you deserve, and which is very bad. Because it is saying respect is reciprocal. That is why if some of these housemates like Pere, them come out mean, people will say, oh, these people are mean. But they are doing that for a reason, because these housemates do not respect people who respect them. Now, if you see what Angel is saying, to people you would think, oh, she's not saying the fact, but she's saying the fact. Because Doyin is kind of laid back, and they see her as, oh, she cannot do anything. So that's why they would do whatever they want to do. You understand? So she feel Doyin has this lackadaisical attitude, and people would not care. They would just, do whatever they want to do. So for this music, that he does not even know how it will go, because right now, the head of house never really they carry the thing. And but at least they have people who are in charge, but she do not know how this will be carried out. But last time, Biggie always give them win. I'm like, oh, in my mind, so you people know that Biggie they give una win like this una win, now Biggie they dash una for free. Because like 2 of their wager tags, I think they do not even merit the wins, but Biggie gave it to them anyways, So, and they've been seeing that too. Maybe all stars are not meant to feel their wager, if you ask me, but it is what it is, guys. So Angel on her nominations, she said she's feeling nostalgic, about leaving. I'm like, oh wait, is it not the same Angel that said she would take voluntary exit and everything? She said she's still in the house. She's not feeling nostalgic because of she's up for eviction, but also because she's already missing the house. While in the house, she was like, oh, the show will be coming to an end, and very soon, would leave Biggie's house, will not be seeing each other, that kind of feelings, and that is not really doing good to her, and she also said that how would Biggie do this thing about having 4 weeks left, and they still have 19 housemates in the house, that she feels there are some fake housemates in the house and all of that. So, and she also said something about her nomination, and she said, okay, that she first of said Pere, she did not nominate Pere, but what she's saying about Pere is that Pere is a kind of different person in the house, and he knew Pere from outside. So that is quite surprising seeing Pere with the way he is in the house, and then looking at him from somebody he knows from outside. Now, when she said this, in my mind, I'm like, that is one of the reasons why we would not blame Cross. So, because Cross would be like, is this the friend I know outside, or is this someone else? You understand what I'm trying to say? So before she now continue and says she did nominate Sheyi because she don't understand Sheyi way. Sheyi did say something about, saying some things about her, Ilebaye, Doyin, and even Alex, who is his person, and ended up being the one that is, crying more than the bereaved, that he wants to go home, he wants to take voluntary exit and all of that. It was that show, what is this one doing medicine after, dead for? What is all of this one for? That she does not find that funny, and that Sheyi is one shady person. So that is why she put up Shay, and she was like, that Ike is neither here nor there, that Ike is somebody you can just use his head anyhow. You can just tell him, oh, make this move. He will just be the one to make the move. Just like the case of Ilebaye, where they were the one that we are in the group, they discussed things together, and he can't carry out the move. That you might talk to Ike and say, oh, Ike, do this thing for me. He would tell you, oh, yes, you have my word for it. Another person will not tell him, no, don't do it. And Ike would be like, oh, yes, I will not do it. And of course, with the explanation Angel give you, that is a perfect description of Ike. Ike is neither here nor there. Anything you tell him, he's an, oh, yes, member, yes. And he will go last, do what him pleased to do. So she said that was the reason why, she nominated those two, So guys, this is where I'll be stopping for this 3 diary session, okay? I would come back to discuss with you guys if I have something important to discuss from the few diary session. Of course, I have some people I'm expecting their own session and why they nominated some of the housemates they did nominate, okay? So I will still come back and discuss that with you guys, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I would see you guys later. And do not forget, feel free to make use of the diary room. Feel free to make use of the comment section as it pleases. Bye for now, babies.